Hi all, myself Professor Disha Shukla and I am conducting the subject wireless communication. My today's topic is Zigbee. So what do you mean by Zigbee? So basically Zigbee is something that we use in our IoT devices or the devices that we use nowadays, like the ones that communicate with each other based on certain events that occur or based on certain criteria that we have mentioned. So the smart devices like the Amazon Echo, Philips Hue, IKEA and Homey, all of this are using the Zigbee. But what is it and what does this smart home technology actually do? So Zigbee is the only complete IoT solution from the mesh network to the universal language that allows smart objects to work together. That is, it can allow all the smart devices that we create, they work to it allows them to work together. It increases the choice and flexibility for the users and the developers, and delivers the confidence that the products and the services will work together through standardization and testing of all the layers of the stack. That is, all the standards that needs to be mentioned and all the testing that are done in each and every layer of the stack will be working fine with each other. It increases the choice and the flexibility for the user and the developers that are developing these technologies, and it delivers the confidence that the products and the service will all work together. What do you mean by mesh networking? Mesh networking is something that is the core of a Zigbee technology. So a key piece of the Zigbee protocol is its ability to support the mesh networking. Zigbee uses a mesh network architecture for communication. So basically a mesh network is a local area network or a wireless LAN or a virtual LAN that employs one of the two decentralized connection arrangements. That is, it can either be a full mesh topology or it can be a partial mesh topology. That is, it will be implementing it will be implementing one of these two decentralized connections. So in a full mesh topology, each network node is connected directly to the other node. All the nodes that are present in a particular topology, in a full mesh topology, all the network nodes will be connected directly to each other. But in a partial mesh topology, some nodes are connected to all the other nodes and some of them are only connected to the nodes they exchange the most data with. That is the basic difference between the two, that is the full mesh topology and the partial mesh topology, is that in a full mesh topology, all the network nodes that are connected will be directly connected to each other. That is, all the nodes will be connected to all the other nodes. But in a partial mesh topology, only those nodes will be connected to each other that transfers the data most. That is, that will be an active transmission medium. The two nodes that will be actively transmitting between each other, they will be the most that they will be connected to each other, and only some of the nodes will be connected to all the other nodes. That is, all the nodes will not be connected to each other like the full mesh topology. The Zigbee protocol defines three types of nodes, that is the coordinator nodes, the routers and the end devices. That is, in a mesh topology, the mesh topology will be configured based on three different types of nodes. That is, each and every node will be either a coordinator node, it can be a router node, or it can be an end device. Although all the nodes can send and receive the data, they each play a different role. That is, there is only one coordinator in each network whose job is to store the information about the network, including the security keys. That is, the coordinator node will simply keep the store the data about the network, including all the security keys. But the routers are the intermediate nodes, and they will relay the data from one device to the another device. That is, the coordinator node is the one that will be coordinating, so it will be storing the information about the network. The router are the intermediate nodes and they will relay the data, that is, it will transmit the data from one point to the another point. And the end devices can be the low power or the battery powered devices which can talk to the coordinators or a router, but can relay data from other. While the third type of nodes, that is the end devices, they can be a low power or a battery powered devices which can talk to the coordinators or the routers, but they can't relay the data from other devices. That is coordinator the coordinator nodes. They are something that will be storing the data and including the security keys. The routers are the intermediate nodes, they will be relaying the data, and the end devices are something that can be low powered or a battery powered devices, and they can talk to the coordinators or the routers, but they cannot relay the data from other devices. So basically, what is a ZigBee technology? ZigBee communication is specially built for control and sensor networks on the IEEE 802.15.4. This is the standard that is defined for the wireless technologies, and that is specifically for the wireless personal area networks, and it is the product from the ZigBee alliances. This communication standard defines physical and media access control layers to handle many devices at the low data rates. This ZigBee's WPANs operates at 868 MHz, 902 to 928 MHz, and 2.4 GHz frequency. The data rate of 250 kbps is the best suited for periodic as well as the intermediate two-way transmission of the data between the sensors and the controllers. ZigBee is a low-cost and low-powered mesh network that is widely deployed for controlling and monitoring the applications where it covers 10 to 100 meters within the range. This communication system is less expensive and it is simpler than the other proprietary short-range wireless sensor networks as the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi. So basically, the communication system that is developed using the ZigBee technology is less expensive and it is simpler because of the other proprietary short-range wireless sensors such as compared to them, that is the Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. As compared to them, ZigBee technology is less expensive and simpler. ZigBee is a protocol that is used to link the smart devices like the lights, plugs, and the smart locks to a home network. You can use this home network as it is with the remote controls, like in the TreadFi remote from the IKEA. Now this is the company IKEA, and they have created a remote control called TreadFi remote, and this is something that uses a ZigBee. It won't be very smart, but everything is connected and you'll never have to get up to use a light switch. That is, you can remotely access all the devices that are connected. You can also link your ZigBee network to a hub like a Homey. That is, the way we use Homey, we can also link our ZigBee network to the Homey. Here the Homey serves as a bridge to the internet, and it will further offer the cloud tools, apps, and remote control for your phone. ZigBee is similar to but different from the competing protocols like the Z-Wave, Wi-Fi, and the Bluetooth. That is, these are the other competing protocols that are used in the modern technologies right now, but it is kind of similar, but it is different also from them. That is, they all create relatively secure networks which you can connect to using a hub and a control, and you can control them with your phone or the desktop apps. But ZigBee has its own pros and cons. That is similar to the Z-Wave, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. ZigBee can be used to create a relatively secure network that can help that will be connected via a hub, and further you can control it using the phone or the desktop app. ZigBee's pros and cons may include that the largest difference to you as a user are the supported devices, with the ZigBee offering more in terms of the lights and the smart plugs, where the other protocols support different smart devices. That is, it can support a wide range of devices like the lights and the smart plugs, whereas the other technologies uses or supports different smart devices. How actually a ZigBee works? ZigBee includes a suite of IEEE 802.15.4 based specification for the communication protocols, enabling the MASH low power wireless personal area network with a multi-topology for point-to-point and multi-point-to-point inter-device communication. That is, they have different specifications for a point-to-point network and for a multi-point to point inter-device communication. Zigbee smart devices communicate with each other using a radio transceiver. The chip operates on an IEEE 802.15.4 protocol over a 2.4 GHz, which you might consider the same band that is used by the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. But unlike Wi-Fi, Zigbee has a shorter range of about 10 to 20 meters indoor because it uses a less power. The power consumption in Zigbee is less, hence the range that is offered by Zigbee is also less as compared to the Wi-Fi, that is around 10 to 20 meters. This does dramatically increase the battery life for the Zigbee devices. Zigbee devices can send and receive the data from other Zigbee devices. The Zigbee devices can also copy and forward a Zigbee message from one device to the next. This means that you can daisy chain the smart devices and link them to a central hub, even when some of these devices are out of range of that hub. Zigbee devices can send and receive the data from other Zigbee devices. A single hub can connect to multiple devices. A Zigbee offers device-to-device communication, relaying the message for a large effective range. Zigbee Alliance. Now Zigbee Alliance is something that is working with different companies and has created a whole alliance. Now it works to simplify the wireless product integration to help the product manufacturer introduce the energy efficient wireless control into their products that are faster and more cost effective. Alliance members create standards that offer reliable, secure, low power and easy to use wireless communication using an open standard development process to guide their work. This alliance is organized by committees, work groups, study groups, task forces and special interest groups. There are three basic types of members with different rights and benefits. The adopter in the Zigbee Alliance offers access to the final approved specifications, participates in the interoperability events, and has an access to the standard work or the task group documents and the development activities. Whereas the other member, that is the participant, it offers voting rights in the work groups and has an early access to all the Zigbee Alliance standards and specifications in the development. Whereas a promoter, he will offer the automatic voting rights in all the work groups, final approval rights on all the standards, and a seat on the alliance board of directors. That is, these are the three kinds of membership that are assigned in if you are a part of the Zigbee Alliance. That is, either you can be an adopter. An adopter will offer the access to the final approved specifications, participation in the interoperability events, and access to the standard work group documents and development activities. A participant will offer the voting rights in the work groups and has an early access to all the Zigbee Alliance standards and specifications. That is, the participant will have a right to vote in the work groups. If there are certain kind of votings that are needed, then a participant can vote in it, and it will have the access of all the Zigbee standards and specifications in the development phase. And a promoter is someone who offers automatic voting rights in all the work groups and has a final approval right on all the standards and sets on the alliance board, and he will be a part of the alliance board of directors. That is, these are the three types of the memberships that are assigned in the Zigbee. Now a Zigbee network utilizes three types of device roles that we have already seen. The coordinator one. So the coordinator is something that every network needs an administrator. So for Zigbee, that's the coordinator. The coordinator will set up the Zigbee's network, and you need one network. That is, this role is normally taken by the Zigbee hub. The coordinator serves as the central point to your network, where you can set the permissions you can allow other devices access and coordinate your personal area network. The other user or the other role that we have is the router. All the full function devices which are powered Non-battery Zigbee devices act as the routers to repeat the Zigbee signal. That is, they will be repeating the signals, they will be routing the signals. Routers will talk to all the other devices in the range on the network and will repeat the network's signal. It's like playing a telephone, except that Zigbee is actually really good at the game. As long as your device can hear each other, they will pass the message on perfectly. And the third type of role that we have is the end device. Now you can buy a reduced function or a battery powered device to function as an end device. Now this device is very simple and it does not repeat or forward the signal. These devices do not talk to each other importantly. But the end devices or the reduced function devices only talk to the repeaters and the coordinators. That is, this is the end of your network. In most cases, all the devices will be full function devices unless you choose a battery operated device such as a wireless switch, wireless light, or a simple switch. Now, the end devices are something that do not talk to each other, they will directly talk to the repeaters or the coordinators, and they are basically the end of your network. So this is all about the Zigbee network. The what are the three different types of roles that a particular Zigbee device can get? What if you are a part of, if you are a member? What are the different types of membership that a Zigbee user or the one who is in the Zigbee Alliance can get? And what are the different what is a mesh technology, etc. So basically Zigbee is something that we use in our IoT devices and for communication amongst each devices. So this is all about Zigbee network. If you have any questions, you can ask.